guys, so mid-November energy is all about forward movement. We're moving up, guys. We're not standing in stagnation anymore. We're not standing still. We're moving upwards. So the image that I got from meditation is, first I saw Zeus, the Greek god, and he was searching for his thunderbolt. He looked in the box, he looked around, everywhere was cloud. Was it cloud or water? Anyway, he was searching for it, and then he found it, and as soon as he found it, he went to the edge of it, and edge of the water. It was water. The edge of the water, and then he leaped. After leaping, he sort of like waded through the water. It was a bit of a struggle, but it wasn't suffering. And at the end of it, he climbed up a wall, mountain-ish, but like literally climbing, not like by walking, but like climbing with hands and feet. And he reached the next level. And on this level, there was a figure. There was a masculine figure that was wearing a pharaoh hat, and he was like relaxed, completely at ease, whereas Zeus was like panting. He was panting with his thunderbolt in his hand. And then a female figure appeared, and she took the seat next to the masculine figure, who is like very relaxed. And as soon as she took a seat, they reached for each other, and then they held hands, right? And immediately, as soon as they held each other's hand, they grew in size. They would become much more taller than Zeus. Like the guy was taller than Zeus before, but now they were like huge. And together they stood up, and then they flew. They flew upwards into the clouds. They flew around completely in sync. Nobody is pushing to lead. Nobody is forcing anyone to move in any direction. They were moving coordinated. And at one point in the clouds, a massive figure, much more bigger than the couple, came up to them, and they had an axe in their hand, and they were trying to attack the couple, but the couple was like, no, it's not gonna happen. So they basically just flew into their face, and they knocked them out. Just like that, with ease. They didn't even have to stop. They just flew. They continued on their path and knocked them out, and they continued their path, the rest of their path. So they flew and flew around, and then they came up to a mountain peak. There they stopped, they stood, and then they tried to gain sight of their surroundings, but it was filled with clouds. The clouds eventually started to move bit by bit, but it wasn't moving properly. So basically, they couldn't see the whole picture, the big picture. And in that moment, another figure appeared. And this figure was feminine, and they were tall. When I say tall, so basically the masculine and feminine figure from previously are like maybe this tall, and then the other figure is like that tall. You cannot see the top of my hand. Exactly, that tall. And they were in white, by the way, and had like a crown on top, a diadem, yeah. Yeah. So they looked at the two figures. She looked at them, and then she flew upwards. She continued on her path. She flew right up, and then at the top of the clouds, everywhere were clouds, people. So at the top, they saw like a rip in the atmosphere. And they didn't try to cover it. Instead, they dug their hands in there and rip it apart. That's where the image ended. So basically, this vision, this download is telling you like it's all going upwards. It's all about forward movement. It's all about forward movement. No more stagnation. You're moving in different phases, and in each phase, you employ in different type of energies. At first, Zeus represents power and authority. And since he had his bolt in his hand, his thunderbolt in his hand, and was wading through the water, it shows that At first, you're gonna have to use your masculine energy. You're gonna find your strength, and you're gonna use force, more or less, to get you to the next stage. It's not an easy feat. It's gonna cost you lots of energy. You're gonna have to invest in it. But once you're in the next stage, you're gonna have to switch to both masculine and feminine. But this time around, you're gonna balance them. You're gonna be in complete balance that nothing can shake you off. Nothing can bring you out of unity. Nothing at all. So together, in unity, you're gonna move forward. And again, you're moving upwards. Forward movement, forward movement. You will encounter some circumstances, but you're gonna clear them off, like, very easily. Just like these two figures didn't stop in their path, they just knock the other figure with the axe down with ease, despite there being a large difference in size. Shows that whatever comes your way, no matter the size of it, you're able to knock it down, you're able to push it down. Don't give up. Keep moving in complete balance, okay? And once they reach the top of the mountain, shows that you're gonna gain a new level of awareness, a new level of achievement of a sort. But of course, you're not gonna see the big picture, so you might be confused too. Why do all of this? What is it all for? You will not see it. Don't try to see it. Just keep trusting. And in this part, we see that the image switch, well, the strategy that you're gonna use is more of a feminine one. You're gonna use more of the feminine and less of the masculine to move forward to get to the next stage. And the next stage, which was where she was reaping the more, shows that in order to see the big picture, in order to see what this is all for, you have to use your feminine energy, which symbolizes creation. Yeah, which symbolizes creation. You have to use it, and you have to reap with the feminine strength, not the masculine one. You're gonna rip apart the sphere or atmosphere, and you're gonna see the big picture. You're gonna see where you are or what comes next, because I didn't see that part. So you that's what you're doing for mid-November. So find your strength, find your tool, employ your masculine energy, then switch and find a balance. For you to achieve a balance, you have to listen to your intuition. You have to listen to your intuition. You have to be in touch with yourself. You do not listen to the outside. You listen only to what your body is telling you, what your mind is telling you, what your heart is telling you, what your soul is telling you. And your guides, obviously. But you listen to you and find your balance. You're not trying to copy anyone. You're just doing you in balance. And you're going to move forward. And don't try to see the big picture. Just see what's in front of you right now and take the next step. Let me see if I forgot anything else. No, I didn't forget anything else. So that's the message for mid-November. So best of luck. Bye.